Yo, today we're playing as Provence in the Divergences mod for Victoria 3. We set out with some interesting events, which give us French as a primary culture and Central Italian as a primary culture, and give us a journal entry, which means we need to try to conquer Tuscany as fast as possible, and it also gives us a decision to declare a diploplay against them. However, if you do this, it's going to be a little bit tricky to land them, because they've got 12 battalions, which, against a 20 navy, it's actually pretty hard to land 12 battalions. So instead of attacking them immediately, we're going to declare an interest in Italy, and we're going to try to invade Modena first. The reason not Lucca is there's some scripted content about invading Lucca, so I don't want to mess that up, so Modena is going to be the play. Now in tech, we're going to rush nationalism, because in order to click some of our other decisions, we're going to need nationalism. I think we actually need pan-nationalism, potentially, for some of them. Yeah, for merging the crowns of France and Italy, which is their ultimate goal to become Transalpina, we're going to need pan-nationalism. But we're going to need nationalism for some of the other things, like promoting Occitan nationalism, which will maybe start a separatist movement against the dual monarchy in the south, and promoting Italian nationalism means if we have nationalism in 1845, the other Italians can click this decision and get it for themselves. I'm going to quickly assign a second general in order to ensure that we don't have org penalties, and we're also upgrading our army from hussars. We're running a bit of a slight negative balance, but I'm going to assume that taking Tuscany will fix that. And so we're just going to unpause, or well, let's use our 10 construction, I guess, because that's not going to cost us anything. Build up all these starting logging camps. And we're going to declare on Modena as soon as our interest in Italy arrives, which it should on roughly the 1st of February 1836 in just a second here. Yep, there it is. We also get an event. Interesting. This gives us a character. We can't actually see what he is before we click it, so I guess we'll find out what that character is. Can we find him in your agitator pool? Where is he? I've got no clue. I'll look for him real quick. Okay, he's appeared as a general in our army. He's got some interesting traits. I guess he's ambitious plus offensive planner is plus 10 offense, so he's a decent general. Okay, the war between us and Modena has begun. We're going to split off 10 lancers and 10 line infantry into a separate army so that we don't get a naval invasion penalty, because that would be pretty deadly. Make sure you pause while you do this, or else you are going to get the org penalty happen, and then you're going to wait like 100 days for the army to be able to land. But anyway, we're just going to land into Modena real quick. We're failing to land because we only got one troop in the battle somehow, but okay, this time we didn't get one troop in the battle, so we're winning. Okay, well now we've occupied the entire thing, because after that first battle is pretty easy. Now we're going to click Restore Order in Etruria. Let's move our armies over to Italy actually first, just in case, because if they get to the front first, that could be a bit of an issue. So we're running a bit of a negative balance. Maybe let's try some consumption taxes in order to fix that, although it looks like it's not really going to be fixable very easily without lowering military stuff, which we really don't want to do at the moment, because that would be a great way to lose against Tuscany. And, I think we're close enough to declare against these guys, which instantly starts a diplo play. It's a little bit weird that it doesn't do a diplo play cooldown, but or like the war declaration thing, but yeah, just insta declares. And now we're going to try to fight our way through Tuscany. Looks like we actually lost the first battle, but hopefully like last time, yep, now we're winning. I guess we got our good general that we got from that event at the very start. He's winning all these battles for us, and now they got no manpower, so they're dead. And we're about to become Provence Tuscany as our country. And it's also going to unlock our claim Lucca decision that I was talking about at the beginning. And this also gives us 15% pop loyalists, which is a little bit interesting. Gives us better relations with a couple of countries, including ourselves. You really got to get those relations up with yourself. And this is going to fix our radicals slightly, because you got 350k, now we only got 80k. Give us 15% loyalists. Also, we instantly incorporated Tuscany, so that's giving us a lot more income to work with. Okay, so I'm going to try to claim Lucca, and we're going to see what happens. We get the Pope dismisses our claim. How many divisions does he have? That's actually a good question. He's got 11. On what authority does the Pope think he can challenge my decision? Unbelievable. What an evil person. You get total separation, 20% Catholic loyalists. And Lucca will fight us. Yeah, let's go with it. Sure. What's the worst that could happen? Minus 25 relations with like everyone on the planet? How could that possibly be a bad thing, right? Nothing bad could possibly come from this. Also, we get a free annex papal states war goal here, even though they aren't in the war. Are they going to join the war? If they do, then that'll be enforceable. If they don't, then it's not going to do anything. So I guess we'll see. Looks like they have huge neutrality for some reason. What? Did they just declare neutrality? I'm so confused why they had so much neutrality, but okay, I guess we'll just take over Lucca then. Um, I think, yeah, we got a decision to reject Catholicism now, which is a little bit interesting. This makes Protestant our state religion, gives us better relations with Burgundy and Scandinavia, but hurts with the dual monarchy and Spain, and also with ourselves, I assume is what this one that has no country icon. I think we're not going to take this reject Catholicism decision yet, but I'm going to try to improve it to 50 with Burgundy, and maybe we'll use this to get to plus 80 after we get a trade agreement or something, because allying Burgundy would be really nice. Budget isn't great. We're going to try to raise taxes to avoid bankruptcy here. Well, maybe, or is that worth it? We probably don't want to go negative bureaucracy. That would be pretty disastrous, I think. What institutions we have? Level 2 on the education and level 1 on law enforcement? Okay. I got some different PMs here. I think it's kind of fine. We'll reset PMs there, I guess. Also, I'm going to start improving relations with all the Italians outside of Aragon because we are going to want to try to unify Italy at some point via a unification play, and getting as many Italians to support us in that is going to be pretty useful. Get this challenge the usurpers thing, which will give us 32 infamy, but a ton of claims on France. And the infamy cost scales with our major power status squared. Okay. Well, I guess you want to click that before we become a great power, so click it now. It gives us a ton of claims. You can quickly see what it gives us claims on. A little bit weird that it doesn't give us claims on Lorraine and Burgundy, but interesting. I think these are all the French homeland provinces, remember correctly. Yeah, they are. A little bit weird that these states aren't French homelands, but this is. Like, Wallonia feels a little bit out of place. Got a consumption tax every single thing in the world. The Provence Tuscany economy must not die. I just realized things will get better for our economy over time because we've got this recently conquered modifier in Tuscany, which is gonna slowly go away. Lowered mill wages. I'm also gonna start deleting some of the troops that we got from Modena and whatever because we need the money. I've decided we're going to declare some rivalries, specifically on people that Burgundy is rivaling, mostly because we want influence, but also we want to have extra acceptance towards an alliance from having mutually shared rivals. And yeah, we're getting plus 20 from having shared rivals, which should help out a lot. I suppose we should declare some interest somewhere, because that would, I guess, there's not really a reason not to. We have no legitimate government. I think we're going to lower taxes to make this reaction movement less radical and to make ours have a slightly more legitimate government. Is there anything we can really pass that could help us out right now to try to avoid this other than national supremacy, which we really don't want? Yeah, the movement's getting really radical, and it's taking way too much of our country for us to be able to stop it if it triggers, so we're gonna have to pass national supremacy. Wow, it's so radical that even while passing this, we're having problems. Uh-oh. Okay, I guess we're gonna promote Occitanian nationalism. It gives France a bunch of radicals. The only reason I could see why this would be bad is if when we conquer it, we get the radicals, which I'm not sure how that works. But we're gonna click it and give the French some radicals. So, like, for example, this state had 35 or whatever, it had 40 or something. Now it's got 78% radicalism, which is giving 93% tax waste. That's really bad. The dual monarchy and Burgundy are fighting right now in some random colonial war, but it actually is going to determine something pretty big. If Burgundy wins, they take Champagne. If dual monarchy wins, they take Picardy. So I'm going to do something that I very rarely do. Release subjects in Emilia, because this territory is really unvaluable to us. All it's doing is making us get this reactionary movement, and we will be able to annex these subjects later once we do an Italian unification play anyway, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just going to release Lucca and Modena as subjects in order to hopefully make the reaction movement go away. We still got a little bit because Tuscany has some radicalism, but it's not as bad. Also, we get a small amount of diplopax from these guys, which is not nothing, but it's a pretty low amount of money. Actually, it's like kind of, it's 40 or 25% of our positive balance right now. So right now it looks like Burgundy is winning this, but the Duchy of the Rhine just rose up against them, so we're gonna see. And now they're fighting a two-front war. Okay, it looks like Burgundy's actually got this. They've got 1750 power projection versus dual monarchies like 800. We could actually maybe try invading the dual monarchy right now if it weren't for the fact that we got a truce from that promote Occitan nationalism decision. Kind of interesting that gives you a bidirectional truce. It means dual monarchy can't declare on you either. So now that the modifier is a little bit lower, I'm going to stop passing nat supremacy, and yeah, the movement's going to go back to being a revolution, but it's not going to be above 90, so we should be fine. I just realized we should turn on cargo port here to increase infrastructure, which should hopefully make market access better, which will then hopefully reduce radicalism. I've got a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of uprisings this game. We get our first uprising here with the Communard uprising. Somehow the war seemingly, somehow they got the state before the war ended, seemingly. I'm a little bit confused about how that happened, but I assume this rebellion's going to be losing, because even though the monarchy's troops are weakened, I think that the revolution's troops should be just as weakened from it. Looks like our budget is healthy enough to start constructing again. Maybe we can build another construction sector as well. Yeah, let's build one in Provence. So somehow Burgundy occupies the capital of the uprising, so it just can't win. Or dual monarchy will never be able to defeat the uprising, seemingly? That's weird. Okay, I just reloaded the save, and looks like the occupation has been fixed. Oh, it looks like we got some sort of elections now, and we actually have legitimate governments, so let's slot in one instead of having a hyper-illegitimate government for the whole of time. Oh, Burgundy has started guaranteeing our independence. That's pretty nice. But unfortunately, they are cautious, so we can't go for a trade agreement or anything. Can we just do this every time we don't have a truce with them? We'll give them another 30% Provençal radicals. They can have like 100% radicalism in their entire south of the country. The state's not got quite as many Provençals, but still quite a few. And even in the north, I assume there's going to be some decent radicalism. I guess not really. It's just in Occitania. I'm going to try hosting a power block embassy with Burgundy. Maybe that will fix their attitude. Nope. They stopped guaranteeing independence as well, so it seems like it's going to be tough to get an alliance with Burgundy this game. Might just have to fight the dual monarchy alone. Although, the dual monarchy may not really be a threat, because there's an English national movement that's at 100 activism. And if that fires, it's going to be Jover for the dual monarchy. It's going to become the real dual monarchy of France and Ireland. Yeah, I researched Atmo engines. Probably use that PM that we unlocked from that. Probably import coal from someone, unless we have it in one of our two states, but I don't think we do. Yeah, we don't, so we'll import coal from the Savoyards, I guess. We're nearly out of infamy, so you gotta go for something. I guess we'll go for a quick little protectorate on Albania. Maybe start working through the Balkans here. That seems like a decent place to expand into. I just quickly spiked up mill and gov wages so we can become a major power. Because I'm thinking that we're going to have all the countries researching nationalism soon, given that the option to get the free nationalism tech happens this year. Well, Crimea joined against us. I don't expect them to really do anything in this war, though. Well, it looks like France is getting independence. Poland sided with them, which is going to be pretty big. And they're not going to want to become our protectorate. We could ask for it, though. We can get end slavery in the dual monarchy. Revoke claim. War reparations. Oh, England broke off at the same time. Oh, it's so over. It's so over for France. Okay, this is like a scripted thing that happens, I assume, when France breaks off. Or this must be some scripted thing entirely, because, yeah, all three are breaking away at once. Aragon is supporting England, so it's really not looking good for the dual monarchy. I see, like, basically no way that they survive at this point. We'll see. I guess we'll conquer Montenegro. I don't know why I'm conquering this, but protecting Albania. Who knows? Just gotta do something with our infamy, right? Okay, well, France has won its independence from the dual monarchy, and apparently Occitania drops out of them from that for some reason. It's a little bit interesting. I think we're gonna try to conquer Occitania as our next war, because that seems like a lot of free territory. They've only got one battalion, so it shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, looks like we're basically into Montenegro. Okay. Wow, I got scammed. Lombardy ate one of my subjects. How dare they? So something interesting has happened where all of Occitania states are unincorporated except for the capital for some reason. I'm a little bit confused about what's going on, but hey, I'm gonna take full advantage of this and full annex Occitania right now. Hopefully no one wins against me. We can sway Lombardy and these guys. Aragon and Poland are kind of likely to join against us. Hopefully they don't, or if they do, hopefully they don't send enough troops to stop us. We'll see. Looks like no one's joining, at least so far. Poland's still sitting at -2, which is a little bit scary, but I guess they're not joining for some reason. -1 is even more scary, of course. They are going into or they were in a little bit of debt, I assume, from fighting the dual monarchy over the liberation of France. Does France have the same problem of all their states being unincorporated? No, but they have one state which is unincorporated. Yeah, so we're just kind of pushing through Occitania because they don't really have much to defend themselves with. I don't know why there's only one battalion in the south of dual monarchy. I guess it's maybe made that way so that the dual monarchy can defend itself with only the Anglois states. At least it'll stand some chance, so they only put army really in those states maybe or something. Yeah, probably. Anyway, all of Occitania is now mine, which is a huge jump up in our power. I assume that they instantly incorporate, which is going to be pretty nice. We're now running positive 13k balance. We'll build maybe a little bit more government administrations and a railway in Provence. Looks like we have everyone research nationalism now, so let's quickly try to spike up to major power status. Okay. And does that make us an Italian unification candidate? Yes, it does. Okay. Now we need to try to get our relations up with some of the Italians, because... Oh, okay, Lombardy and our subject are supporting us so far. Savoy hates us. Oh, we rivaled Savoy. Let's not rival Savoy. That was a bad decision. I guess we did that when we rivaled all of Burgundy's rivals or something. That was a terrible decision. We shouldn't have done that. We really need high relations with Venice or something. We need someone else to help us out, I think. Aragon is probably too strong to defeat right now, right? Yeah, 67 battalions, so even with like Lombardy and our subject, we're not going to have nearly enough. So I'll rival a bunch of people in Eastern Europe that don't really matter that much to us, and then start improving with more Italians. Not Aragon, but Burgundy, yes, Spain, yes, England. There must be something special to make Venice not get unification candidacy, because they are a major power as well. I'm a little bit unsure about what that thing is, but clearly there's something. Okay, we just got a revolution, which isn't great, but it has like no military, so we should be able to defeat it. Hopefully at least. And we kept Lucca, or Lucca's our subject, so of course we kept it, but yeah, it'd be pretty easy to defeat this revolution. How dare they do this to us, those darn reactionaries? I did not really see this coming. Oh, the Papal States sides against us, uh-oh. Anyway, looks like this war is pretty easy. We've got a small disadvantage on this front, which apparently their capital's over there, but yeah, we're just gonna kind of occupy the Papal States, I guess, because they're kind of just wide open after we got through Tuscany. And we got pretty big occupation from occupying just Tuscany, it looks like. I guess we're also occupying their capital. Yeah, it looks like Papal States is going to be out of the war really quick because they're already full occupied. Now this army can go help out in Occitania. Looks like that should be not too bad. Yeah, we just occupied the capital as well. Up to over 50% occupation now. Gonna push in through these guys pretty easily. Although the money situation is not good, but they will be annexed, and then hopefully the money situation will become good again. Okay, they're about to get annexed, and now we're running a positive 20k balance. I'm a little bit surprised. I guess we fixed our bureaucracy deficit is the main thing. Leads to such a big difference in the positive balance. It just doesn't really feel like it should be that much from just doubling our territory size. I'm gonna start bankrolling Venice. I guess we tech spreaded central banking or something. I guess we'll try to bankroll all the guys who aren't supporting us that we can, because we really want to try to get them to support us if possible. Because, yeah, even with just Venice, we might stand a decent chance, but really we need, like, Venice and Papal States, or Venice and Savoy in order to be able to do this. So, Lombardy is invading Savoy. This is kind of perfect for us, because Lombardy, I believe, is supporting our unification, if I remember correctly. Yes, they are. So if we just join on Lombardy's side in exchange for, say, an obligation, so we can get their relations higher to ensure they don't stop supporting our unification, this seems like it'll be very helpful for us to just try to give all the Savoy territory to someone that we are friends with instead of trying to become friends with them. Because, yeah, this is a full annex on Savoy, I believe. I'm going to start building up a little bit of a bigger army, because I think that may be a little bit necessary in order to be able to be victorious long term. Let's make sure our railway is getting subsidized here, because that would be annoying if it just isn't being subsidized. No, it is. Actually, we are running an engine shortage. That would explain problems. Let's import from Burgundy, I guess. Making good progress on getting into Savoy as expected, because we've got like double the number of troops. Well, we've got like a similar number, but Lombardy's also got a similar number, so between the two of us, we've got like double the number of troops. Well, Savoy's about to die. I'm just really thinking about how lucky this run is. I don't actually know, like, statistically how lucky this is, because I haven't played this mod that much, but I assume it's not very common, even with the promote Occitan nationalism thing, for France and England and Ireland and stuff to be independent by, like, 1847 or whatever. That seems pretty rare, I think. So everyone's on our side for unification except for Aragon and Papal States at this point. Hmm. Oh, the enemy side includes Burgundy. I forgot about this. We need an alliance with Burgundy, or we are going to need to become a lot stronger because of that darn tiny little bit down here. Burgundy is really strong, so it's going to be tough to defeat them. Apparently, a huge fraction of our bureaucracy right now is just being used on a bunch of trade routes we've gotten from annexing people or something. So let's just delete a bunch of these trade routes so that we stop having huge minus bureaucracy. Looks like we can afford a little bit more construction, so we'll do that. Well, I don't think it's going to be possible to ally with Burgundy due to this cautious thing and them viewing us as a natural enemy or whatever. So I think that the plan is going to be to invade France for our claims there, then probably 1v1 Burgundy for a couple of their states, mainly going for Burgundy and Savoy, so we can then do the Italian unification play. Anyway, the first part of that is going to be trying to annex France. Oh, Aragon might join. Could be unfortunate if it does happen. We'll see. What's our army size compared to Aragon? It's actually comparable, but France is gonna make it so maybe with conscripts we can win. I don't know. We're just gonna we'll wait to add more war goals till the end maybe to try to make Aragon less likely to join because it's definitely gonna be harder if they do join than if they don't. Well, Aragon just declared neutrality, so that's nice. We'll use our return CBs to take over as much of the country as we can. Looks like we don't have quite enough maneuvers to full annex France, but we get the majority of it unless they back down here. But they're only minus 40, so I think that's unlikely that they back down. At minus 40, I don't think the AI like almost ever backs down, right? Usually you need at least minus 75 or something. Okay, we did not get a back down. We're gonna win the battles, seemingly. Yep, pretty good. Burgundy actually offers us military assistance, even though they're wary. What? That's really weird. I don't know why the AI just so... Okay, well that changes things. Accepting the military assistance has made Burgundy protective. That's so weird. So weird, bro. But we'll take it. Except they still don't want an alliance yet. But, once we get up to plus 50, maybe they will. I guess it's because they just really hate France. Right now, they're only cautious towards France. France hates them, but they don't hate France. This is really weird. Oh, we're making big monies. We can build even more construction, maybe. Looks like we're going skyrocketing in construction. We got this. We're running max money. We gotta go down on taxes, actually. Oh, wait, what? Oh, the French are defeating us with the power of conscripts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Defend the front. Max the conscripts. Uh-oh. Let's go back up on taxes. Remove the consumption taxes. Oh, we're already on maximum wages. And spam enlistment efforts, because we're probably going to need it to win this war. Yeah, this war doesn't look good for us right now. But with the power of a couple of conscripts, we should be able to be victorious. Maybe let's make a bunch of these into mobile artillery so that we can have some chances. So we just gotta defend until the front advantage goes back in our favor. Okay, looks like we're managing our first defensive battle. And then with our 159 conscripts, we should have the long-term advantage, hopefully. Oh, France is actually winning some of the battles, and Lucca is forcing us to attack. Uh-oh. But now we've got the green, or it's very close. Should turn on extra supplies, I suppose. That would help out a little bit. The front advantage is pretty low right now, but it is something. Maybe we try a quick push. Where's our good general? Did we lose our general we started the game with? I think we might have. Let's see. These three characters should be the only ones. Yeah, looks like we lost that character. Let's put one of these guys on attack and see if we can maybe do some pushes. Okay, it looks like we're victorious. Nice. Oh, wait, we're getting enforced on here because their war goals are revoke claims in the north. Uh-oh. That's not good. Yeah, that's really not good. We need to make it up there quick, quick, quick. Uh-oh. I'm gonna put all of our generals on attack, and we're gonna speed run. Oh, this army's got enough for rapid advance. We need to rapid advance up there fast before we get enforced out. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is not good. Let's not just randomly get enforced out here, please. Uh-oh. That would not be good. Oh, we're taking pretty quickly here. But I think this army will get up to 100 orc first before we cap out, and then we can try to land Brittany or something. Or maybe we'll just push in time? I don't know what's going to happen here, but it's definitely close. Looks like the front advantage is getting on our favor. This is going to be such a close war. Land Brittany. Wait, we don't have org yet, but it'll be fine. Okay. Okay, I think we just land, or yeah, we're just making progress on land, which is good. They're capping out now, but we're still capping out as well. Okay, we got a claim. We got Normandy, so we're good now. Okay, Provence Tuscany expands. Well, pretty nice expansion that we got there in our first war against France. We'll have to fight another war once our cooldown is up. I wonder if we still have the promote Occitanian nationalism thing against them. Looks like that's gone now that dual monarchy is dead, or maybe since we took over all of Occitania. I don't know what caused it to be gone, but it is definitely gone. So the Lombards are belligerent towards us, which is not good. Also, Venice is now a unification candidate. I don't know what caused that. Us becoming a great power caused that, maybe? I don't know. I'm gonna absolve my obligation with Lombardy, which will maybe make them want to support us again. Also, we'll, I guess, can try to launch a leadership play, but can we really land them? Probably, actually. Let me get, oh, Lombardy's still mad at us. Not good. You know what? This challenge is going to be too easy if I ally Burgundy. I don't know if I'm going to mention this earlier in the video, but we're making this a no allies challenge, actually. Okay, I'm going to launch the leadership play, I guess. We can call Burgundy in, but that sounds like cheating the no alliances rule, so we're not going to do that. We'll add on some war goals. Maybe they'll back down. Mobilize this 15 stack. Looks like they've only got 6 guys defending their main HQ, so it's going to be pretty nice for us. We'll bring a 40 stack onto the front. Okay, Venice just backs down, giving us German leadership. Makes sense, because it's such a low advantage compared to us. Interesting, there's a big war between Papal States and Lombardy right now. I don't really know which side we want to support. We could try to support Lombardy and hope that... I mean, either side we support, it's going to be like hoping that they'll support us, I guess. Lombardy's going to be more likely to support us, so we'll join Lombardy, and we can also annex Avignon in this play. We'll start improving relations, and then we'll absolve the obligation once we get our relations to 50 or something. Seems pretty reasonable. Yeah, we can annex Avignon when we're at war with the Pope, which we're about to be in like 20 days. Once this hits 100 escalation, should unlock the ability to annex Avignon, this terrible little country here. It's now ours. I guess we'll also guarantee the independence of these guys. Oh yeah, they're genial because we're in a war right now, but minus 185 from wanting to conquer our states is crazy. So they now form the Italian Confederation. They've got a huge amount of infamy from conquering all these states just outright. But they're, yeah, super belligerent, wanting to annex us because they've got unify North Italy strategic objective. Okay, we're about to hit 50. Now I'll absolve the obligation. Wait, what? It actually worked? They're genial. I did not expect that at all. But that's good, I guess. I mean, with this, we could now maybe actually just try to fight this war. That was not what I expected. I think we probably still lose, but it's a lot closer with the Italian Confederation and stuff on our side. Good old Skraeling land turned into Turtle Island. Nice. Well, our truce with France is up, so let's go deal with them. This is Poland, and Bonjour is likely to join the play, but I think we can handle Poland. Shouldn't be that difficult, right? We've got... They might need to conscript, actually, because Poland does have a lot of military. It really just depends on how much they decide to send over to the front. If they send over their entire military, then they, along with France, actually still are weaker than us, but we might still want to try to conscript. If Poland and the other one join the play, but if Poland's going to keep 92 troops demobilized, isn't going to mean much of anything. I'm sort of just been building up a big military for a lot of this game because I'm thinking we want to try to fight Burgundy, which has a very large military. We've got general staff. Once we upgrade to that, our power projection will go up, but still, power projection is quite a bit below Burgundy right now. We want to pretty much like at least match Burgundy, and then with conscripts, hopefully we can surpass them. Okay, actually looks like Poland ended up sending over a lot, so we're gonna conscript in order to be victorious, as well as going a little bit more focused on defensiveness, at least at the start here. I think that's gonna be a bit of a better idea. We are winning some battles, so that's kind of fine. Oh, Aragon is going for a diplo play against Italy. Okay. Um, yeah, okay, we'll join that war. That's gonna be a little bit of a annoying thing because we are still at the war with France right now, and yeah, we need to deal with this war. Oh, there's a lot of people supporting this play. By the way, the reason that that wasn't a breaking of our no alliances rule is we got call allied because of guaranteeing their independence, not because of having an alliance. Um, we could go for something like Aquitania here to complete that state, or could go for Catalonia seems like a decent state, to be honest, to try to take. Yeah, let's go for Catalonia. That seems kind of fine. Sure. And take any state we want as an ally. Um, Normandy shall be taken. We're going to win this war with France quickly so we can move to the other front. So we currently, yeah, the war's about to start and we still haven't dealt with France, which is very bad. But hopefully we can deal with France very soon here. It's just a matter of time, surely. We should just go, let's just go all advance. Surely with the 50 advantage, we can win with all advance, right? Surely, surely. We got this. Gotta push faster than they can handle, right? Except we're losing that battle, so maybe not, but, but hopefully. Okay, so things are not going good. We're gonna go defensive with all of our armies and figure out an arrangement of troops where we can hold both fronts. Maybe we can hold with this army. Also, we should go on general staff training PMs, actually. That's going to be important. Okay, hopefully with this... Someone could say that Connor wasn't upgrading his PMs, but, this was really just so that I could boost my economy at this vital moment. Okay, with these troops here, we've got a minus 30 advantage, which is... Okay, well, we've actually still got a huge advantage on this other front. I got 15 more troops here we can assign to defending the south. Okay, that's going to help out a lot. We're still pushing in the north, which is good. We just want to slow down the push in the south a lot while we hopefully can push into Normandy. Poland's going to be out of the war soon, and that's going to be basically the end of the war, because Poland is contributing the vast majority of the troops. Yeah, now Poland's out, so the war is over for France now. Oh, last I checked, these fronts, the Italian Confederation was winning them. Now they're not. Okay, well, that's not a good sign, but we can make peace with France now, taking over their country. And then we can go on this front with this army and try to deal with the Italy area first, I guess. Oh yeah, from that peace deal with France, we got the Treaty of Paris, which gives us 15% loyalists in all of our states. You get this when you have 5 states in the France strategic region. The 15% loyalist is going to be really nice. Basically removes all of our radicals. Removing really the only point of being on this front is to prevent Italian Confederation from capitulating. We're just going to go off this front and try to max push over in Aragon to just get into Catalonia so we can enforce. Because we can't be in this war for that long. We're going to cap out in like a year because there's no war goals directly against us. Also, our budget isn't good. I guess we can stop the bankroll with Venice. That'll save our budget a little bit, like 10k, which is like 10% of our deficit. We could also, we've got lots of loyalists. We can raise taxes at least 1 and a consumption tax on wine. That's a solid minus 50k balance, which is much more handleable. Okay, well, we just took over Catalonia. Nice. Aragon is going to be out of war soon. They want return Corsica, but everything else gets enforced. No. Why? Okay, well, the Aragonese are, like, basically fully occupied, so they're gonna cap out pretty soon here. It's a little bit weird that they sent that Corsica peace deal, but yeah, the Aragonese are now dead, and they've lost the best state. We just got so much spare bureaucracy from that. It's a little interesting. Bruh, now Aragon's going after Venice? Are you kidding me? We could maybe get a protectorate if we played like that, but let's just take Aquitania, I guess. We just can't let the Aragonese just randomly try to take states from random Italians. Like what? Why are they doing this? This is really confusing. I guess they've got return CBs from something. I don't really know what they have return CBs from, but clearly from something. Okay, our army fighting over here in Navarra and stuff. And grabbing Navarra, I guess, is gonna be pretty important because that's where our thing is. I guess the rest is just revoke claim more goals. I don't think Aragon is gonna survive very long here. Capital's in Valencia now. Interesting. Gonna gonna immediately destroy them. This will make them lose their northern coast. Now they'll just have this southern coast here. Yeah, we're now occupying basically the entirety of mainland Aragon. Oh, they just naval invaded back into themselves, but whatever. Let's go back on the front and try to stop them. Uh-oh, they actually managed to land Venice, and that's making them unenforceable because now they occupy one of their war goals of the revoke claims, even though they have their capital occupied. So we're gonna send our troops to try to retake Venice, I guess. Because yeah, we need to do that, or else we're dead. Okay, and Aragon now gets enforced on, means they lose their claims over here, and get some slightly nicer borders over here as well. And this right party keeps getting like all the votes in every election. It actually passed technocracy. That would be kind of interesting. I've never gone technocracy. You know, I've never gone it, so let's give it a try for one game, I guess. So apparently Venice is antagonistic towards us now, and they are no longer supporting us for Italian unification. Let's quickly absolve obligation. Okay, that seems to have fixed our relation with Venice. Oh, the Italian Confederation is back to being belligerent towards us. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're gonna have to fight Burgundy in a separate war, that's for sure. Wait, is this an event in vanilla? I need to go look for this real quick. Can you actually get 25% light and heavy industries throughput for 5 years in a state with this event on technocracy? There's no way. Okay, I just looked at the code real quick, and this is indeed an event in vanilla. That's very interesting. Well, we'll take it, I guess. Orleans, here's that state. Some nice bonuses here. That's interesting. I think that means you can have basically infinite throughput in a state if you get really lucky. I'm not sure how many of that event you can trigger in a single law pass, but I mean, I think you can maybe get like 4 of those if you stack enough enactment time, and that would be pretty insane if you had like plus 100% throughput. You know, there's no munitions in our country, so I can't actually build skirmish infantry. Let's quickly build some munitions factories so that we can put in some skirmish infantry into our army. I was gonna go pharmaceuticals, but I think we're just gonna go shrapnel now, actually, because that's gonna be pretty important. Maybe you also actually try to build some unis so that we can get that up a little bit quicker, because I want to pretty go to war to unify against the Burgundians when we run out of infamy here. So I think that might be something we try to invest in right now. So we passed technocracy, which is kind of nice. I didn't see the pop up for it, but yeah, we got it. Not really that nice. Our legitimacy got crushed, but you know, it's always nice to try this out. I mean, it got us demarginalized trade unions, but that's not actually really a good thing right now. It's kind of just giving us -10 state construction efficiency. Guess we might as well try to pass some colonialism. That's always a nice thing to try to go for. There's a lot of countries we can try to colonize. That would be nice. There's a tech spread hydraulic crane, which is going to give us just enough time to research breech-loading artillery before we run out of infamy for our war with Burgundy. Okay, we're about to research breech-loading artillery, which is nice. Let's upgrade all units on our stuff. Promote some or hire some generals here. Now, with the upgrade of shrapnel, we should be able to easily defeat the Burgundians. Surely, we've got a bit more or no, they just passed us again. Dang, we had a bit more, I thought, but it got up like 700 more when I last checked. But yeah, now we're basically tied with the Burgundians. We passed them just slightly, so I think we should hopefully be able to beat them. This war against Burgundy is going to cost so much infamy, it's probably going to put us almost at the infamy cap, but it has to be done to save the country. Some would say this isn't saving the country, but they are clearly spies for the enemy side that cannot be trusted with anything at all. Also, we're going to put all of our armies on no borrow from allies because we don't want any of our allies to evilly borrow our troops, because we only want to be able to decide when we attack, not our evil allies who are clearly coordinating with the enemy. So obvious that they're coordinating with the enemy, you know. They try to push into the enemy when it's certain defeat. Clearly they're collaborators. It's undeniable proof. Yeah, max conscripts like that. Now we'll take return Picardy as well. We'll also take conquer. Or wait, let's not add more, because we don't want Poland to join the war. We'll add more once Poland declares neutrality or something. But for now, Poland is too much of a risk to join. Okay, it's the final day of escalation, and the Poles have declared neutrality. Great. Yeah, we want to conquer Franche-Comté, then take the Savoy, and then we have technically enough infamy. Or wait, do we even have technically enough infamy? No, we don't even have technically enough infamy, so let's not do that. Let's take some Burgundian war reparations. And yeah, I think that's all we want to go for in this war. We could do a liberate country on Netherlands or something, but if we occupy the rest of our war goals and we just need to take Flanders, that would be annoying. It's unfortunate they don't. Okay, well, they had a liberate Lucca war goal, which is very convenient for us. That means they are going to need to do something, and they can't just hold forever after, what's its name? Belgian Confederation caps out, which is going to be the first step of our plan, I think. Just go full defense until the Belgian Confederation is out of the play. Looks like they don't want to push us very much. Demand a rivalry with Aragon. Okay, we'll declare it. Yeah, they're not really pushing, so we'll just take some troops off the front real quick. Try and get them to push us. Like they do try, but they're gonna fail, as we want. Okay, we're gonna take you off the front as well. Get even more pushes attempted against us. They don't even want to push the 252 stack anymore. Let's try putting both of these troops on the front and take you off of the front. They didn't arrive at the right time, so we might have had, yeah, we had some weak battles at first, but now we should be able to defend with just these two stacks, which is crazy. Oh, they've actually got so few troops, maybe we can even take you off the front. No, 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 let's not do that. Yeah, we're just gonna try to bait them into attacking us a bit more. Got 250k more troops. Let's just go. I think we can just go, go, go. We've got such a big troop advantage at this point. Go, go, go. Oh, wow. 60, 71. Okay, just go, go, go with literally everyone. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. While we've got the big advantage, we gotta go, go, go. Yeah, we're just destroying them so much. They're so dead. Got that nice momentum going. As long as we... Okay, that's not good. That's not keeping up the momentum very well, but as long as we can win the vast majority of battles, we're still fine. We're still winning the majority for now. It's good. Okay, big battle against the Belgians here. Belgians should be going out somewhat soon. Not too soon, but they're definitely leaving pretty quickly. The front advantage has shrunk a lot, but what's the Burgundian power projection? 5,000 versus our 15k? Okay, it's so over for Burgundy once Belgium and stuff is out. Yeah, 15k is so much more than 5k. Something really weird at the front going on where we can only strategic objective Champagne. I'm hoping that that doesn't mean that when we take Champagne that the front is going to glitch out. That would be bad if that happened. But hopefully it's just bad. It's not going to be bad, right? We can just believe in the opium that it's not bad. Please. Please don't break the front when you take Champagne. Or just don't take Champagne. That would also work as a solution. We maybe should really just try a naval invasion to be safe here. Yeah, let's take off some shrapnel and stuff from the main army here. Well, I kind of wanted to do all the wars in this campaign fairly unexploity, but unfortunately the game has forced my hand. I've been forced to go full defense on the front, and we're going to be doing naval invasions to win the war. And what I mean by that is if you look at the strategic objective screen, you'll see that there's something wrong. We can't strategic objective in Burgundy. And this is not normal, of course. We should be able to. And the reason for that is once we take Champagne, the front bricks. I assume these things are very related. And that's not good. The front just disappears completely. So we're going to leave the front there. And we're gonna take off, let's just ban this army. We need 33 troops, so that's gonna be 16 shrapnel artillery and 17 skirmish infantry, working together or we should actually use the main guys instead of the conscripts maybe for the shrapnel artillery. That's gonna be probably better troops. I don't know for sure, but I assume it's gonna be better troops, right? Seems unlikely that it wouldn't be better troops. And then we're gonna give these guys some sort of general. And we're going to do all we can to just try to naval invade into Flanders in order to win the war, because I don't see any other way to win at this point. Yeah, let's try our naval invasion into Flanders. Looks like they've got 33 guys sent to defend us, just the perfect amount. Okay, we'll cancel our naval invasion then. -2 days to move to the France HQ. Okay, let's try a naval invasion into like Mauritania or something. Try to get our army in a maybe better position. Okay, this is maybe not better. Let's cancel, and then somewhere like here, you can start the naval invasion for Flanders, and hopefully we get there before they send any troops. Is the hope? Looks like we might actually do it. Okay, and yeah, we're in. I think that we get one final battle. I think we could have easily pushed this on the front normally if it wasn't getting bricked when we took over Champagne, but unfortunately we do some naval invasion shenanigans in order to win the war, because, yeah, that wasn't working. The French bricks when we take Champagne. I wonder if when we took Flanders that fixes it? Nope, it doesn't. Okay. Unfortunate. Yeah, we'll send this peace deal soon. Guess we can just offer a revoke claim on Picardy, because we're conquering that. And, yep, there we go. Now that we're done with that war, it's time for our next war, the unification of Italy. Okay. Forced diplo play, I guess. England's likely to join Aragon. Okay. Yeah, nice play. You can Pazzle a protectorate. No, let's just take some Aragonese war reps as our only additional war goal. And I'll put maybe the 84 stack there, and then the rest of our troops can go on this front, which I think is going to be important to take out the Italian Confederation. I guess we can put some troops in here as well. I don't think we're going to defend Venice really, but we can start incorporating it along with the Burgundian stuff, I guess. Okay, the war has begun. Trying to push out from here and here. Gotta get into Savoy and stuff. How's the pushing over here going? Getting into Valencia, which we definitely need to get into. I guess we should give objective Valencia and Lombardy, because those are the important points to reach to be able to enforce on each of the two major war participants. Although I think, there's a bunch of the two Swiss guys here in the war as well, but they are not really that relevant. Looks like sort of winning on this front super much, which is going to be nice. Just past colonial affairs. We'll start going public health insurance next, I guess. Reaction movement's not nice, but it's not going to 100 activism, right? Yeah, it's not. Who's supporting this? Gennaro, something, giving extra activism, exile. I don't know why we can exile characters who are in revolutionary movements. Maybe it's something to do with the mod. Front split after we take Savoy, so I'm putting an army up here to deal with these tiny Swiss guys. Well, most of our army goes down to deal with Piedmont into Lombardy, of course, because that's going to be the most important thing to go for, and as well as Valencia, of course. Yeah, we're almost in Lombardy now, and the Swiss shall be taken over. Oh, the Italians have vacated some troops over here, so it's going to take a little bit to take over the Swiss, I guess. But we're almost in... Oh, we're in Valencia. Good. Yeah, Italy is going to cap out pretty soon, and then Aragon is going to cap out as well. Let's move this 277 stack down to this front. That's going to be the most important front for capping them faster, I think. Health taxes, government should cover the costs. Got to get that plus 30 support. Very nice to get that 30 success chance. It's so nice. So we're going to quickly push through here. Italian Confederation should be getting annexed very soon. Yes, indeed. The annexation of the Italian Confederation is nigh. And that's very nice. Provence, Tuscany, new name placement for... I think that's pretty much where it's going to be when we have full Transalpine borders, but yeah, pretty nice. Aragon's about to be out of here. They're plus 3,200. Oh yeah, we We don't want to give them Emilia. Take all of our stuff. They're minus 230, so yeah, they're not gonna take peace till they hit minus 100. That's pretty much for sure. Unless they somehow bankrupt and default and a million other things at the same time. Yep, okay. Italian unification was completed. 20% prestige or 35% pop attraction. We'll take the 20% prestige. I don't think the other option even works. Oh, it's pop attraction. I was thinking it was interest-group political strength in another run, and I was so confused why it wasn't working, but it makes sense now that I know it's pop attraction. Unless it's different in the mod than in vanilla, but I don't think it is. So we'll also start incorporating Aragonese Italy. Now we're running a pretty bad negative balance, but I assume that will get fixed. There's no way we're just consistently running that. It's just going to be a matter of incorporating and stuff, and then that should go away. Clearly don't need this many construction sectors. Oh, we can't delete because we got the radical, or we got the reactionary movement going right now. Oh, this reactionary is actually going to be a bit of a pain. Yeah, that's a big pain. Taking a lot of our stuff. What do you mean you're taking 366 of my 326 troops? Are you including conscripts in that number? I don't know. Okay, we got public health insurance. Let's start leveling that up to level 2. We should also form a power block. That would be smart. Sovereign Empire. No, that's an ideological union. Yeah, let's call this, I don't know. We'll leave it a generic name. I can't think of a name on the spot. I'm actually kind of surprised that we got the #1 power block ahead of the Burgundian crown and stuff. I guess we really sabotaged them with those couple states. Imperial crown is actually second. Oh, Imperial crown just passed us. Dang. Well, we had #1 for a little bit. Oh. We're in a revolt now. Uh-oh. That's a powerful revolt. Uh-oh. I would never actually trigger this reactionary movement. That would never happen. Anyways, can we get the industrialist government? No, the industrialists are revolutionary, dang. I guess we'll pass national supremacy then. It's gonna make them... It's just so radical. Oh no. It's so bad. How are they so radical? No, 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 no. Leon, whatever. You're not existing. No, you're getting put in prison now. What? The imprison agitator button has no effect? Um, well, that's unfortunate. Dang, that's an unfortunate bug in the mod. It's gonna kind of screw us over. Okay, yeah, the revolution is firing. We have to find some way to win this revolution. Uh-oh. On the bright side, since we're the normal side, we don't have to occupy the capital, but still, it's not good. This is a very large revolution that we're going up against here. Got the vast majority of our stuff. We're gonna go into a lot of debt to win this rev, but we will win it, I believe. Let's go pan that, actually. We wanna try and get that so we can actually form Transalpina. So for now we have a 22 advantage, but they've got another 150 troops that are gonna come to our front after they defeat the other two fronts. Yeah, let's mobilize every single troop we can to try to defend. Also, we've got a little bit of a weird thing where we have conscripts in this army that are, I think, assigned in their territory, because, like, we had, like, 200 in this army before, and now we have 180 somehow. Doesn't really make sense. I don't know what that's doing. If you look at the conscription things here, looks like they're going into this army. That's a little bit weird. Wait, this has more conscription things than are available? It's going into... Huh. Interesting. I don't know what happens if we try to delete the conscripts or whatever, so we're just gonna try not doing it. It's really bad that we're not winning this front by that much when they haven't even taken over the other areas yet. But we should just have faith that they'll hit minus 100 before us. Surely, surely. What could possibly go wrong except for everything that is currently going wrong? You know, since it's a revolution, we kind of can just tax everyone to the maximum and there's nothing they can do about it. Because once the rev's over, we'll have stats. I'll also have patriotic fervor, which is nice, I guess. It's giving us good stats. Okay, they're gonna try an offensive battle against us and lose. That's good, at least. Are we winning the other one? Yes, we are. Okay. Looks like their numbers are about to double, though. Uh-oh. Okay, now the front is minus whatever. That's not good. Yeah, that's really not good. Infra and Provence is a little bit higher than we would hope. We are actually winning both of the battles right now, though, so that's something. We need to win another couple battles before they cap. Oh wait, Poland's in this war. I didn't even realize that. But they seem to have not mobilized. Well, for now, we're mostly winning the defense battles. Also, I realized, why are we passing national supremacy still? That's not a very good idea. We need to keep the armed forces happy, really. That's all that really matters right now. Looks like we're somehow just managing to defend, even with the huge outnumbering that was happening, at least initially. Now the numbering's a little bit less severe. Yeah, they're seemingly just gonna lose because they're capping really fast at this point now, and we're having such small armies at this point from both sides killing many other side's troops that we're not really losing that much money. Well, somehow we've survived the terrible revolution, and we get to survive again. Nice. We should quickly research steel frame, and then go back to researching pan nat. We're running a 250k positive balance. Can we actually run 400 construction? I think the answer might be yes, because 250k positive balance is quite a lot. Maybe we don't need... Okay, let's see what we get on the Monday tick. Oh, we're still running positive 80k. Yeah, well, we can't actually run this much taxes, but you get the point. Maybe we can run this much? I don't know. It's gonna be tough to even run that much, probably. It seems like a little bit of a crazy war the Belgian Confederation is trying here. They're gonna... Oh, the Burgundians are against them. That's why they're so outnumbered. I'm gonna delete down a bunch of construction sectors and move over a bunch to steel frame. That's gonna be significantly more efficient per money once we get up the correct industries for it to have no shortages and stuff. Well, I guess since we got pan-nationalism, we can just quickly merge the crowns of France and Italy, becoming Transalpina, which was the original goal. It does say we're still Provence Tuscany, but if we just unpause, yeah, our name changes to Transalpina. But these borders are trash. We must expand before we can end. I'm gonna start trying to pass laissez-faire. Stall chance ain't great. Oh wait, no, it was a lie. It's only a 19% stall chance. Okay, that's not as bad. Yeah, we want to try to pass this. Because we're paying a lot in interest, I believe. Yeah, 60k in interest, because our interest rate is 7%. If we get laissez-faire, our interest rate will become a lot better, which I definitely want to get our interest rate down if possible. I think we're actually running a pretty good positive balance, though, so interest is just going to go away over time. So we're getting a labor movement civil war. Luckily, it doesn't have that many states, so it's going to be a really easy civil war. It'll just help us clear out some more radicalism that we've gotten up over the little bit of time. Not much we're going to do to stop the Civil War except for stopping passing LF, which we definitely don't want to do because it's a very good law. Okay, the revolt has begun. Start mobilizing. After this revolt's over, we're probably going to be invading Burgundy because we're about to get multilateral alliances, which was the main thing I was waiting for in order to attack Burgundy again, was getting multilateral alliances for that great minus 25% infamy generation so that we can take over a bunch of Burgundy states without going over 100 infamy. Apparently the Ottomans got to pariah status somehow. What? I don't know. All I know is they're a pariah and now Burgundy is cutting them down to size. Okay, Civil War is over. 8 weeks till multilateral alliances, so we'll declare when that happens. Okay, it's time to go in on the Burgundians because we just finished researching the tech. I guess we'll go for our return CBs first, which means Wallonia and Champagne, real quick, as our two starting war goals. Now, I feel like we might want some more here, because, yeah, we could live Netherlands, but I don't think we're gonna go too much further, right? So, maybe we just, like, conquer Flanders, conquer Lorraine, and, like, this is kind of decent looking in terms of borders, and then take some Burgundian war operations. Yeah, this seems fine to me. And then we'll just mobilize all our battalions, go to the front. We should be completely undefeatable by the Burgundians, I believe, because they've gotten smaller and we've gotten way larger. Gotta love this is somehow two fronts. How is this a separate front? And what does that have to do with Catalonia? I'm gonna add a bunch of conscripts into this army, because, yeah, we lost a bunch of conscripts, I think, from the war, or from our various civil wars that we engaged in, so we'll just try to re-add a million conscripts to the various armies that we've got here, and with our conscripts we should be able to be victorious against the Burgundians. For now we are actually running Bohemia's in the war, that's why we're losing. That makes sense now. I was so confused how we were on the negative in the front, but yeah, Bohemia being in the war does explain that. Now we're actually at a huge army power projection yeah, we're like at the huge disadvantage, but as long as Bohemia doesn't fully mobilize and stuff, we should be fine. And Bohemia will eventually run out of war support and stuff and be kicked out of the war, hopefully. Uh-oh, Bohemia is winning against us. That's not good. Oh, we have some generals on attack. Yeah, let's not do that. That's a recipe for disaster, given how terrible the advantages on the front are for us at the moment. They're very bad, that's for sure. Luckily, you've got Lib Montenegro, so they're going to need to make it all the way down to Occitania, or all the way down to Provence in order to enforce, I believe. Unless they can somehow, like, naval invade this. Let's quickly mobilize these troops just to make sure they don't, like, somehow actually accomplish that naval invasion. Well, so far, the Belgian Confederation has gotten out of the war because they, got so many casualties so quickly. Jenny is in the war as well. How did these guys both join the war? That's crazy. Both of them are allied to Burgundy. Two rivals working together with the Burgundians, trying to you up them more, clearly. Bohemia and stuff, we need to get these two out of the war before we can really think about pushing, I think. I mean, we have a good advantage on the front, but I don't think we can really push. Well, the social movement is, like, gonna trigger a civil war, so I don't really want to fight a civil war while in a war, so I think we're gonna have to give up on passing laissez-faire, unfortunately. Okay, Bohemia and Plantagenet just both left the war. So let's set you on attack and go into Flanders. Looks like the front might get bricked again when we take Flanders, but we're fine with that, because Flanders is their capital, so we'll get enforcing. Yeah, we'll start enforcing when we take it anyway. Anyway, looks like we're making good progress into occupying Flanders here. Nice. They're sending over troops from the other front, seemingly. Maybe let's try and push on that front as well to try and make that a little bit of a less easy thing for them to do, because we want to make sure we can take over Flanders here, and them taking troops from the other front would make that significantly more tricky for us. Anyways, yeah, it looks like we're just winning all the battles. Yeah, we're up to 51% occupation. After this one will be like 75, and then one more should bring us to 100. Yeah, I don't know why we're getting like 1% more occupation than we should, but we are. Maybe we have like 2 cavalry. Oh yeah, we've got a couple lancers in the battles. That would explain why. Okay. That time we didn't get enough. Okay, that's a little bit weird. But this should be the final battle for control over Flanders, hopefully. Yeah, okay. Control over Flanders is ours. Now we can make peace with the Burgundians very soon. Not quite yet, but very soon. Okay, propose peace deal. Now we get some very nice borders. Not as nice if we had Alsace as if we had Alsace. Actually, it looks very nice, actually. More nice than I kind of expected not having Alsace. Yeah, it's called Alsace. Very nice borders here. Let's start incorporating some of these new states that weren't return CBs. Now, maybe we take over like Switzerland and South Tyrol and stuff for some better borders as well. Yeah, let's go for some land like in Basel and stuff. That seems like it'll be good for borders. Basel just back down to getting annexed? Okay, we'll just keep working on the Switzerland countries here, and then these little bits in South Tyrol. These darn Bohemians trying to join my wars. What do they think they're doing? This is clearly my war, not your war. So just let me win it. You know, you didn't have to do this to me. You could have just not intervened. That would have been far nicer. Bohemia, how could you? Yeah, we can't get this Austrian thing as a protectorate for sure. We've got way too much infamy to get protectorates, actually, is the problem. When you have got over like 50, it's basically impossible. We were losing this battle at first, but looks like we've made a comeback and are now being victorious. Very nice. We just need to win 4 battles in a row, and then we and take over the tile and then win, but that is a little bit of a tall order. Oh, Bohemia has them as a subject, so even if that happens, it's going to be a little bit till they actually get enforced on, unfortunately. Okay, we've occupied Tyrol, but... Oh, wait, what? No, that's not the Bohemia. Bohemia's going to take forever to actually accept the peace deal here. Well, we can't sign peace before this hits capitulation desire because of Tyrol, but they're going to hit capitulation desire really soon here, before they even go negative war support, but they would actually be willing to accept before negative war support as well. Anyways, I think those are pretty decent borders. I think I'm going to end the campaign here. It's an interesting first try at making a video on mod. We'll see how well it does. If it does well, probably we'll do more on mods. If not, then not, of course. We'll see. Yeah, goodbye. That's the end of the video.